quarter, while the Battle of Los Angeles heard earlier on 10:40. LeBron and co snapping the Clippers win streak at 6. Lakers taking it by a score of 112-103. That's your Sports Center update. I'm Andy Cole. Now time for the the Alpine Credits pregame show on the Voice of Vancouver Sports, TSN 1040.
Getting you ready for the game. It's countdown to face-off. This is the Alpine Credits pregame show on TSN 1040.
John Abbott, Rick Dollywall back with you inside the TSN 1040 studios. It's the Alpine Credits pregame show. Own your own home and need a loan at Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Go to alpinecredits.ca. Canucks taking on the Blue Jackets for the final game of their season series this evening. Of course, a week ago, the Blue Jackets handed the Canucks one of their worst losses of the season, coming back after being down 3-1, 4 goals and 8 shots to skate off with a victory. But there's more to it than that. And, of course, the standings play a big role on what is going on these days. The Columbus Blue Jackets currently at 79 points. That's not good enough to get in the East. The Islanders above them at 79. The Hurricanes above them at 79. And in the West, well, it is the Canucks and Preds at 76 points, locking down both wildcard spots. But the Jets have 76 points. They're just on the outside. Wild was 75. Coyotes was 74. Oh, and then there's what's going on in Vegas. Possibly the worst outcome. Oh, the Golden Knights have just scored. So it was a 3-3 game. The Flames had worked their way back into it with Tkachuk scoring to tie. Now the Vegas Golden Knights swing ahead with BC boy Shea Theodore, giving them the 4-3 lead with 1:09 left in the third period. So it continues to be a back-and-forth battle. At this point, the Golden Knights playing for first in the Pacific. Flames, well, they're just trying to pick up as many points as possible to stay ahead of the wild card spot. And so the Canucks, 3 points behind Calgary, are hoping, obviously, the Flames do not pick up even a single point in this one. And perhaps with that Theodore goal, the Vegas Golden Knights have done the Canucks a bit of a favor. But the standings certainly come into play when both these teams are mentioned, Rick, the Blue Jackets and the Canucks. And for Vancouver, as imperative as it was to get the win against the Avalanche, to stop the bleeding and to stop the 4-game losing streak, it's now certainly crucial to prove that you can string some wins together here when the going is getting much more tough in the near future.
You know, listening to Travis Green today, it sounds much more relaxed, Abs. So that victory Friday was huge for him because you look at 4 straight losses in regulation. The heat was on him. There's, media fans all over him. I felt a little bit more relaxed, Travis, today. I think that win did wonders, not just for the team, for him personally as well. There's been a lot of heat on him. And a win like that is just not good for the team in the standings. It's good for the GM, the coach, everybody involved. But this Vegas, the kid from Aldergrove, it looks like there's 25 seconds left. It looks like Vegas is going to win it here, Abs. But the kid from Aldergrove, Shea Theodore, they got it, the empty netter. So Vegas just did the Canucks a favor, beat the Flames. That's big for Vancouver because if you win to now, if the Canucks win tonight, they're only going to be 1 point back of Calgary in that Pacific Division for third place.
If the Canucks can claw their way back up, that's where you want to be, somewhere inside the top 3, isn't it?
Yeah. And separation from teams like Minnesota and Arizona.
The Central is way too jammed up.
Oh. It's crazy every night. And Columbus is right in you mentioned it. The Islanders 79.6, Maple Leafs 79, 7th, Columbus 8, 79. And then you got Rod Brindamore's Carolina team 77, only 2 back of those 3 teams. It just seems like, the Canucks need the win tonight, but so do the visitors. They're in a grind to make it, and they've got 8 guys. You can't use injuries as an excuse, Abs. Not when you look at what Columbus has gone through this year. They're the most injured team in the NHL. 8 guys out tonight. After Werenski, I challenge you to name the rest of the defensemen on this team. It's virtually impossible. You need Google just to put these guys' names in to say, who are these guys?
Nudavara is not a spread for toast.
No. Scott Harrington, Andrew Peak, Gavrikov. It's how John Tortorella's got this team with this injuries. Seth Jones out, who's just a wonderful young defenseman.
Relentless forecheck, continuous motor.
Yeah.
I mean, these these Blue Jackets will try to outwork you on every shift. Now, they played last night in Edmonton, and they had to grind. Even in a one-goal game for them. I mean, they lost 4-1, and it was still a grind. They outplayed the Oilers.
Outshot them 46-24. Mika Koskinen was great in goal.
So what kind of effort do they have left for the Vancouver Canucks? That will be determined. But it looks as though Travis Green, off a win, is going to keep the same lineup. I'm not so sure he would have changed anything at this time of year against this team anyway. Seems to really like what he has with his group outside of Brock Besser returning. After what Zach McEwen put forth, and Antoine Roussel came back to life. We know what Toffoli's doing with the top line. Bo Horvat and his line were the shutdown crew against the Avs. After what McEwen put forth, Rick, do you look at this Canucks lineup differently? And on nights where you're forced into battles, forced to work on every shift, do you think that third line now has carved out a new role, a new spot for itself in the overall synopsis from Travis Green here?
Oh, for sure. And if you can get that type of production from your third line and that kind of effort from your third line, you're laughing, Abs. And for, again, McEwen had only 7 minutes of ice time. It's not like he played 15, 16, 17 minutes. He had 2 goals, 4 hits. The guy was just, whatever little ice time he had an impact on every shift. And it's amazing to me that a guy can get 7 minutes like that and have an outcome in the game. He was one of the 3 stars of the game. What about after the game? Little kid wanted his stick, and he said, "No way." I just got 2.
I'm sure he'll give him another one. Let's get back. Speaking of back, into the room. Jeff Patterson earlier today caught up with the Canucks captain, Bo Horvat, who certainly wants to get back at it versus the Blue Jackets and hasn't been able to shake that loss on Sunday off his mind just yet.
I'm happy we're playing them right away. That's still in the back of our minds. We owe these guys one, and we're going to be ready to go tonight.
What can you build off of from the win the other night and the positives that you guys had in your game protecting a lead in the third period?
Yeah, I mean, I think last game was a good idea of what we had to do to be successful and to win. So if we can bring that same mindset, the same mentality, the same effort to play through a full 60 minutes against these guys, we're going to give ourselves a good chance to win.
You guys like the way you were playing, even though you weren't getting the results. How much does it change the mood around the group to just get a win?
It gives us confidence. Obviously, it makes you feel a lot better when you put in the hard work and the effort and finally get rewarded for it. We finally got some bounces and played well and got the win. So we just got to keep that going here now.
What does it mean to see Best out there today?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I know he's been itching to get back out there. He's been working hard to get back in the lineup, and he looks good. I don't know when he'll be back, but no, it's definitely a step in the right direction for him.
With everything that's on your plate as a player and a team, the last thing you would probably think about is a virus and a corona. Have you given it much thought on an individual basis? Or?
No, I mean, it's. You can only do so much to prevent it. I'm not going to change the way I live just because, it's obviously it's dangerous, but at the same time, it is what it is, and you still have to go out there and play hockey and interact with people and on a daily basis. So I'm not going to quarantine myself in my house and then do nothing.
You're washing your hands more?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, washing my hands like
not
every time.
Hands?
Exactly. I mean, yeah, maybe a fist bump here and there. Obviously being smart about that and washing your hands and using the sanitizers and stuff like that is huge right now. It's not going to change what I do on a daily basis.
It's interesting that it's gotten to a degree where the league is wondering about our access to the room. I mean, it kind of takes it to another level, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it scares you a little bit. Obviously, it's you don't think it's going to spread that much, and it's got pretty much the whole world in a little bit of a scare right now, and it is scary, but at the same time, you still need news. You still need to do your guys' job, and we have to do ours, right, and play hockey.
Because you're in an environment where you travel on a charter and could be sanitized and all that, but then you get into a hotel environment, you get into airports. I mean,
no, exactly. It is. It's dangerous, and for us, it's tough to avoid those kind of things. So for us to worry about it and not play, it'll get in your head. So I mean, just to try to go about your everyday life and do what you have to do, and just like I said, wash your hands, try not to touch railings and stuff like that, and sneeze on everybody, and just be aware of your surroundings.
Well, some talk that in a worst case scenario there might be games played in empty arenas. Have you thought about how strange that might be?
That would be awful as a player perspective. I mean, that's what we do it for. You do it for your teammates, obviously, and for your organization, but you also do it for your fans. And to perform in front of an empty stadium would be just terrible. We were just talking about that this morning. It'd be just, there'd be no life. There'd be, it'd be dead out there. I don't know how they'd be getting the crowd going or anything like that, or if there'd be in-game entertainment still. But I mean, it would definitely be weird.
Sorry about LeBron said no way. LeBron James said no way.
I know. I can't see myself doing it. If it comes to that, obviously I'm going to play. But you got to win games. You still have to think about your team. But it wouldn't be the same.
It would be weird. I don't know that the NHL, I don't get the impression the National Hockey League is going to set the tone on this. My guess is they will have to be the followers, i.e. the NBA, making a decision in the United States with their league, and I suppose into Toronto as well. Of course, they wouldn't be exempt, but I think a lot of it is coming from the U.S. and the decisions on, possibly like Santa Clara suggesting that the Sharks play closed games. So I would imagine if a league like the NBA, whose schedule mirrors the NHL's quite closely, decides they are going fan-free, the National Hockey League would probably be forced to reciprocate and implement the same rules. You'd hope it doesn't get that far, because it would be bizarre. Well, it's not the worst part of this, obviously. We think of those that have been affected, and for the human side of this, you hope that it's short-lived altogether. But I can't imagine a world where the owners are happy with this, the players are happy with this, and if it ever stretched out to the playoffs, my goodness, that would be something else. But for now, the Canucks have to worry about the game at hand, and that is with the full rink against the Columbus Blue Jackets, with revenge on many of the minds of the paying Canucks customers. We'll wrap up the pregame show. We come back. Abbott and Dollywall ahead of the Canucks and Blue Jackets. You can catch the final segment on TSN 1040.
Ford cars and trucks are built tough, just like Jordy Ben, number 4 of your Vancouver Canucks.
This is Jordy Ben of the Vancouver Canucks. I've been told I'm tough on the ice, and I wanted a tough vehicle to drive around Vancouver, and there's nothing better than an Ocean Park Ford from Ron here. I have a Ford F-150. The thing's absolutely beautiful. The gas mileage is crazy good, and the back of the truck has got so much room for dogs and kids, and they've had a long-time relationship with the Vancouver Canucks, and I'm just grateful to be a part of a new generation of Canucks that are coming through with Ford tough trucks.
Ron Ford and the team at Ocean Park Ford are proud of their association with Jordy. With over 6 acres of new Ford cars and trucks, for your next Ford F-150, you won't find a larger selection in the Lower Mainland. It's tough to beat Jordy Ben, and it's tough to find a better dealer than Ocean Park Ford in the South Surrey Auto Mall on the King George Boulevard in South Surrey.
Alpine Credits. Ooh, sorry, my Morse code is a bit rusty. You want a loaf? Oh, a loan. Okay, do you own your home? Y-E-K. I'm gonna assume you said yes and not yuck. Okay, approved.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners, even ones who communicate through Morse code, which we could never understand, get approved. Alpine Credits. Some conditions apply.
Let's do some F-150 math. 6, the number of engines you can choose from. 3,270, that's how many pounds of payload F-150 can carry. 13,200, that's how many pounds of anything it can tow. 11,000, that's the total value you can get right now on select new 2020 F-150 Lariat 502A models. It all adds up to F-150. Get the truck that's built for you. Visit your local Ford store or Ford.ca.
The name trusted by builders and contractors for 40 years, Midland Appliance has done it again with a massive 3-day spring clear-out event from March 12th to 14th. Only open to builders and contractors with amazing deals like the GE stainless steel built-in dishwasher, MSRP $649, now only $439. Plus massive discounts on clearance and floor model appliances. Not open to the general public. March 12th to 14th at Midland Appliance, 13651 Bridgeport Road, Richmond.
When weather hits, rain,
can dangerously block your visibility as you drive. But the Michelin Man is on your side, protecting you with Michelin Stealth Wiper Blades. With exclusive SmartFlex technology, these blades flex to the curve of your windshield, giving you the best wipe possible, delivering streak-free performance for clear vision and safer driving. So when weather hits, be ready. Michelin Wiper Blades. It doesn't get any clearer than this. Available at Costco and other fine retailers.
I'm James Duffy. When Canadians join together, we can change lives. As a child sponsor, I've traveled with Children Believe to places where children face huge barriers to achieving their dreams. Sponsor a child at childrenbelieve.ca. You'll help children access education so they can live and dream fearlessly. Together, we can make a difference. Visit childrenbelieve.ca and sponsor a child today.
iHeartRadio is your on-the-go source for the best in news, talk, and sports programming. Always free. Featuring the biggest podcast library on the planet. During my day, Joe Rogan podcast by night. Access to your favorite sporting events across North America. And connecting you to the best talk and news programming.
The Evan Solomon Show. The NBA title is yours.
Download the iHeartRadio app today and start streaming.
Hey, it's the Moj with Brooks Patterson, Vice President of Norland Limited and board member with the BC Construction Safety Alliance. Brooks, what does improving safety do for a business?
Moj, a safer workplace increases employee job satisfaction, and when you have a reputation for putting safety first, it helps to attract top people.
What about the value to the bottom line?
It's huge. You have reduced injury claims and reduced time lost due to injury. When you protect your workers, it helps protect your money.
Thanks, Brooks. The BC Construction Safety Alliance, making safety simpler. Visit bccsa.ca.
Have thinning hair or a bald spot? Stein Medical Clinic is the place for you. A state-of-the-art FUE transplant can be performed in just one day. For a free consultation, visit steinmedical.com.
Getting you ready for the game. It's Countdown to Face Off. This is the Alpine Credits pregame show on TSN 1040.
I don't think we definitely forgot about it, but we've moved on and had other games since and readjusted our focus. But when you lose a game that way and kind of that fashion, you obviously want redemption. So tonight's a big night.
Troy Stetcher earlier today sizing up the Vancouver Canucks and their attempt at revenge versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Welcome back to the Alpine Credits pregame show. John Abbott, Rick Dollywall, Andy Cole with you just ahead of the puck dropping in Vancouver. Thatcher Demko was not in net the last time these two teams met. That was Louis Domingue, who thought he was going to get his first Canucks win in his first start. Turns out, no.
7 minutes away.
The third period had something to do with that, and the Columbus Blue Jackets pulling a fast one on him. But Thatcher Demko, since the injury of Jacob Markstrom, really hasn't put together 60 minutes of solid goaltending himself. Now, that's not to say that everything is on the shoulders of Demko in the games that he has started. That's not to say he hasn't pushed his team over the line. But, Rick, is this a night, or is there one that is coming up where Demko needs to put together 3 solid periods?
Absolutely. I thought that his first game, the Montreal game, they won and he had 37 saves. He was one of the stars of that game. But after that, a lot of goals that he'd like to have back. I think a lot of those are well documented. But you're right. What a great opportunity for this kid, as long as Markstrom's out, to show the organization that he's getting closer to being the goalie they thought he would be when they drafted him second overall. Hey, look, lot of dominoes are going to fall this summer, Abs, when it comes to the goaltending situation. Do you re-sign Markstrom? Who do you protect for the Seattle draft? You got this kid, DiPietro in Utica, who's having an unbelievable season. Should be up getting votes for the Rookie of the Year.